your dough. See how it's going to stretch if you pick it up? So get some flour on your bench, and then hang on to the paper. Just pick up your pan, flip it over, and knock it out like that. So it's going to keep the right shape. And then if you need to square it off at all or pin it out a little bit more, do that now. Was this about the right size? Okay, so we're going to do a threefold. So we want our butter to cover just about 2/3. I need a towel, please, to rest this on. Okay, so before you unwrap it, just kind of position it and see if you've got it right. This looks good. We're going to take this butter, we're going to plop it down right on the dough. Give yourself a margin for ooze. We're going to pick this one up. So once again, I'm not picking it up and stretching it. I'm going to get underneath and I'm going to support it. So I'm going to bring it over here and then just do a little bit of coaxing with your dough so that it's lined up. And then we're going to pick up this one, bring it over, coax, convince, like so. Seal the edges. And then I'm going to press down, kind of flatten this. I'm going to use my hands rather than the rolling pin because I can control it a little bit better. Okay, so that right there, that's incorporating your butter. Now we're going to give it its first fourfold. So I'm going to pick this up and turn it so that this folded edge runs this way with the bench. So I'm going to pick it up, turn it. I'm going to... When you get your dusting flour, give yourself a big pile so that you can reach in quickly with your hand and grab some. Because right now I'm just trying to, grab enough to get in my hand. Because it goes back in the container if you don't use it all. Okay, so I'm going to turn this. And then I'm going to roll, and I'm going to roll my length with the length of the table and the width with the width of the table. You want some space around you, so if your teammates are kind of hanging over your shoulder watching home, get out of the way. Because you're going to walk with your rolling pin. Okay, so you see how that dough moves? So if at any point I roll and the dough doesn't move, I'm stuck to the table. So every so often, it feels to me like I'm probably stuck there. Every so often, just kind of pull it back and see what's going on down there. So we're still doing okay. So what's our size here? Anybody know?
18.
8 by 18? Yep. Okay, so I'm using the rolling pin. I'm using this part of the rolling pin. You see how I had a little dip here? I'm just using this part right there. And as you roll, you're rolling just up to the end. If you roll off like that, see how thin that is? You're going to get real thin edges. So 8. This was 16, 18. So we're just about there. So what we're going to do now is square this off. And so at this point, you don't want to be folding it over on top. Then use your hands to feel for thick and thin. And we're a little thick here compared to here, so I'm going to take my rolling pin right between here and here. I'm too thick. So I'm going to roll there and that direction. And then check it again. Relax it, lift it up, relax it. And you want to move quickly. If you stand here for an hour rolling out your dough, it's going to get soft on you. It's going to present problems. So you want to get in, get it rolled, get it back in the fridge. Okay, so then your book fold. If you don't know where your halfway mark is by measuring, then just bring this over, mark it, bring it back, there's your halfway. We're going to fold this to the center. If you have a lot of excess flour, you want to dust it off with a very soft pastry brush or a clean soft towel. Give yourself a little bit of breathing area there. We're going to fold this one over on top, and there's your book fold. So before it goes in, we want to flatten this a bit because it's too thick to really chill to the core in 20 minutes. So you can take your rolling pin and kind of do that to it. So it goes back on the sheet pan. It's now been given its first turn. One fingerprint, write the time on it, 9:20. Throw it back in, bring it out in 25 minutes. Questions on this? Because that's our first turn. We need 4 turns. Do not count incorporating the butter. All right.